We're talking about osteoporosis now. It's a bone disease that does impact bone health. It's very common as people age and can cause your bones to break very easily, but there are ways to prevent it and ways to protect yourself from developing it. And joining us in studio for this sponsored segment, we welcome the clinic director from Advanced Physical Therapy Center in Clio, Kraig Carpenter. Great to have you back on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's start with, who is most at risk for developing osteoporosis?
So typically women are going to be more at risk, particularly thin women, postmenopausal. There are some pharmaceutical kind of increased risk factors, SSRIs, PPIs, most particularly like corticosteroids. So there's a lot of autoimmune or inflammatory conditions that steroids are used as a treatment. And if you're needing steroids over a long period of time, that can increase your risk of developing osteoporosis. Also hyperthyroid, overactive thyroid, those types of things can increase absorption of bone.
Yeah, so there's a lot of factors that play into it. With that said, are there any ways to prevent it?
Yeah, so we know that when we're younger, we tend to produce more bone than we absorb. But after the age of about 40, we start to lose about 1% of bone per year. So typically what we want to do is we want to keep ourselves putting stress through those bones. We know that bone formation is increased by stress to the bone or a mechanical stimulus. So taking part in things like dance classes, Zumba, Tai Chi is good weight bearing and balance.
Stay moving.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay, so this is where the chair comes in. You brought along a prop today. We always like a little bit of show and tell. So talk about some different things that you can do in your daily activities that maybe can help prevent injuries.
Yeah, so we want to do things that have some type of impact to it, right? And everybody's going to kind of start at a different stage. So a couple of basic things that you can do, is just work on coming up onto your toes, but instead of just controlling yourself down, let yourself come down with a little bit of impact, right?
And
we
what
have
does
a
that
chair
do?
here. That's going to put stress through the bone. So a ground reaction is going to put stress through the bone, and this is just kind of a light way to kind of start. You could also do multi-directional stepping, right? We could do some side shuffling in each direction, or just side stepping if that's where you need to start at.
You got the moves, my friend. So overall, what does that do for one's body by doing some of these motions?
Yeah, so it produces that mechanical stimulus. It's pretty well understood that stress to bone forms bone, right? So you want to create a mechanical stimulus, and we can use the ground reaction to help us with that. It really needs to be a variety of different movements, right? And that's one area physical therapy can help you to kind of develop a program to
so if someone gets up in the middle of the day today in the office and starts doing that, don't ask any questions. And then finally, how does physical therapy, what do you do with your patients there to help them too?
Yeah, so it really depends on what stage you are. So one thing that it's a risk of fractures if we have an increased risk of falls. So in some patients, we may need to work on balance, right? Also flexibility, weight bearing exercise, and then resistance training. So when you put resistance, dumbbells, resistance bands and stuff, that's going to put strain on that bone and help build that bone up stronger.
Yeah, Kraig will get you going in the right direction, right?
Yes, sir.
Advanced Physical Therapy has 9 locations throughout Michigan, and you can go to advancedphysicaltherapy.com to see those locations and to request an appointment. And again, thanks for the demonstration today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.